As you guys know, I have just signed with Discraft, and a lot of people have been asking for an in the bag video. They want to see what's in my bag, what discs I'm throwing, and so I thought it would be a good idea to kind of show you guys what's in my bag. This is just like an initial thoughts in my bag. I do plan on making like an actual building the bag series where I throw a bunch of different discs and kind of figure out exactly what I want to use for the upcoming season. But for right now, I'm just going to show you guys what's in my bag right now. If I had a tournament tomorrow, this is what I would use. So with that being said, let's jump right into it. I'll start off with my slowest stuff first. Right now I'm using roaches to putt with. I really love the roach. I love the way it feels and the flight of it and the stability of it. So definitely looking forward to using these for the season. These are, I think, a CT plus like rubber blend plastic, and I do like it. I don't love it. I think I might like it better without the rubber, so might get some just like CT or some glow CT roaches made, which would be sick. But yeah, so far loving the way these things feel. For my throwing puddles, I have a baseline roach, and this is Pro D. I really like this one. It's beat in already, so it has that like straight, slightly unstable flight, and then since it's baseline, it just stops and doesn't really skip a whole lot, which is what I look for. So definitely liking this disc. And then for my slightly unstable throwing putter, I have a Crystal Theos, and I actually really like this disc. I was kind of surprised by how much I do like it. Yeah, it just goes straight and then like has an anti-fade where it just kind of fades off to the right. And yeah, super controllable. So the Theos is super nice. And then for my, this is gonna be my go-to throwing putter, I think. This is a Z Flex Glow Roach. Not sure if I'll use the Roach in this exact plastic, but I really like the way this one flies. It's got a nice stable flight with a consistent little finish and a ton of distance potential. So roaches are amazing. If you guys have not tried one out, definitely try roaches. Also be looking for Crystal Z Glow Roaches on OTBDiscs.com. I'm super excited for those. We've got a 6 stamp by Les White, so those are going to be exciting. Not sure when they drop, but hopefully soon. Those are going to be sick. But right now, this is awesome. And then I've got a Crystal Luna for my oval stable throwing putter. So this thing's sick too. You know, obviously a lot of distance potential. It's a Luna, but just a little bit more oval stable than my Roach. Also super nice. And then for some slightly more stable throwing putters, I have Zones. These will be mostly for side-on, but I probably will throw these backhand a little bit as well. I have a Jawbreaker, just a baseline zone. This I'm hoping beats in to go straight, and then obviously it's not going to skip as much, and that's kind of what I expect out of it. So liking that. And then I've got an ESP zone, which I really like. I used to throw Z zones a lot, but I think I actually like the ESP ones a touch more. Just a nice consistent flight, nice stability. I think it's the best forehand approach disc in the game, and that's why I bag it. So if you have not tried a zone, you have to try a zone. It may be the best disc in disc golf, next to the Nuke, obviously. And then we've got Crystal Flex Zone. So shout out to Brody Smith. This is the Dark Horse Get Freaky stamp, and these things are sick. I love the way the plastic feels. It's a little bit softer than ESP or Z, which I feel like gives me a little bit more grip and a more consistent and clean release. So these things seems to come out a little bit nicer than the other zones. And also a little bit more stability in these as well. So a little bit more oval stable, which is nice. So get yourself a Get Freaky zone. These things are amazing. And then for my mid-ranges, not a huge mid guy because the wider rim I'm not a huge fan of. I like throwing puddles, especially with how far roaches and lunas go. I don't really feel like I need mid-ranges, but I do have an slightly understable Meteor. This one's sick. It's an ESP. It's sick because it looks like a meteor. It looks like a moon, which is dope. But it goes so far, like probably 30 feet, 40 feet further than my Buzz, which is insane. But it just goes straight with a little bit of Annie, and yeah, really nice. Not sure why I haven't heard about these as much, but Meteor's amazing. Then I've got a Buzz. Obviously got to have a Buzz in the bag. This is like that consistent straight to slight stable flying disc ESP plastic. Yeah, it's a Buzz. It's got to be in the bag. Then I've got a ESP Malta. I really like the way these feel, so I'm hoping I can beat some in to fly like that straight Buzz flies, and then just take the Buzz out of my bag because I like the feel of it a little bit more. But right now, super oval stable, which is super nice, obviously just dependable and consistent. Yeah, Malta is fantastic. And then now on to the fairway dry balls. I've got a couple understable ones. This is my flippiest disc in my bag, possibly. This is my Avenger, FLX, ESP, old school Avenger. This is what I use to throw roll balls with, so I can throw this thing flat, maybe a little bit of hyzer, have it come all the way over, hit the ground on angle, and then just roll for really long ways. Super nice. Have had this in the bag for a long time. Really good disc. Then I have an ESP Undertaker, which this is a super nice disc. It's got so much distance potential because it's pretty understable, so I can throw this on my stock release, a little bit of hyzer, have it flip all the way over, and then just carry right for long ways and hold that line, and then maybe fade out a little bit at the end. But if I need something to go right, this is what I'm going to probably grab for, if I can't throw a forehand. And then I got some. All right, so I don't actually like these discs, but since Yuli is the team captain, it's actually in my contract that I have to throw Raptors. So I obviously hate them, but it's in my contract, so I have to use them. No, I'm kidding. I actually love Raptors. It's one of my favorite Discraft discs, honestly. Obviously, don't tell Yuli that because it'll go straight to his head. But these are awesome. So I've got a beat-in Z1. This one is that flip up to slight Annie maybe fairway driver. So this is like my woods disc. Really like this thing. I've had this thing for a while. I think I might have gotten this at my first tournament as an AM. I think I might have gotten some funny money and gotten this disc with it. So yeah, sick. Black Raptor. Probably gonna lose it, but I like the way it is now. Then I've got another Z1. This is brand new. This is a pretty oval stable one. So this is that consistent, just forward pushing flight that holds whatever angle I put it on and then fades at the end. Nice and consistent. Great disc. And then I've got slightly more oval stable. This is ESP with a big Z, well, with a 2L Series Z stamp. This is basically the same thing as that last Z1, but maybe just a touch more oval stable. So super consistent. I'm going to be leaning on these two discs a ton, I think. Yeah, all great. And then for my super oval stable fairway driver, I have an Extreme. So if you guys have not tried an Extreme out, these things are amazing. So oval stable. If I have to go up and oval something, have it come down on one line, this is going to be it. Yeah, it's just a utility disc, and that's what it's good for. That's what it does. So super nice. Got a couple of Onyxes in the bag. I've got this is like an ESP Z blend almost. It's just like half translucent. I don't know. This thing is sick. It's kind of understable, so it's already an Onyx, so it already goes far, but since it's understable, it has even more distance. So stock release, it'll flip up, maybe ride right a little bit. So far. This thing's amazing. Then I've got a Test Flight ESP Onyx. This is definitely more oval stable. If I throw this thing on my stock release, it'll just kind of hold that line, maybe get to flat, but it'll just go straight for a long time and then fade off. Super nice and consistent. Onyxes are dope. Then I've got, this is kind of my only forehand disc probably, is a Hades. It's kind of too flippy for me to throw backhand, but for forehand it's really good for flicking. You know, I've got a noodle arm, so I kind of need something understable. But this thing is nice because I can put on a little bit of hyzer, have it flip up, maybe even carry left a little bit, and then just push a long ways and then fade at the end. So I think this is an oval stable Hades, but still understable being a Hades, but you know, it is what it is. I like it a lot for flicks. It's also kind of shallow, which I like too. And then I've got a couple of ESP nukes. These are like my bomb nukes. These are if I want max distance, so definitely kind of understable. This one's pretty understable if I don't have tailwind. This is too understable to use. If I put on my stock release, it'll flip all the way over and probably hit the ground on Annie. Whereas if I do the same thing with this with no wind, it'll actually carry and then fade out a little bit at the end. So if I have a little bit of a tailwind, I'll probably throw this one. If I have no tailwind, probably this one. But these things they go so far. It's a nuke and domey. These things are great. And then I've got 2L Series nukes. I've got to have these in the bag. These are going to be my go-to nukes. They fly exactly how I want nukes to fly. It's like that Raptor or that Onyx or even that Roach. Well, it's just that straight flight and then fade at the end. So it's that super consistent flight that I tend to just go to almost all the time. I can put my stock release and have it just go straight and then fade, and yeah. So these things turned out amazing. If you guys have not checked one out, definitely definitely should. Probably when the actual 2-hole series ones come out, since I think they sold out super quick. So when the actual 2-hole series ones come out, maybe get your hands on some. But yeah, these things are amazing. This one's a little bit less stable, so maybe this will tone into like a bomb or nuke at some point. But right now they're just a little bit too overstable for that. So super consistent. Loving the nukes. And then I have a ESP Force, so slightly more overstable than those. This is going to be for headwinds and things like that. Kind of flat too, so it feels pretty good for forehand. But yeah, it's a Force, just overstable and consistent, and yeah, solid disc. And then lastly, for my super beefy high-speed driver, I have a Nuco S ESP. So this is like kind of like that extreme, maybe not quite as overstable, but if I have to go up and over something, or will get a big skip, this is probably what I will go for. So yeah, Nuco S, super overstable, really nice. But that is it, guys. That is my entire bag. So obviously it is subject to change as I test more discs out and really figure out what I want to throw. But I think this is going to be somewhat similar to what I use, but I guess you'll have to watch the Building the Bag series to find out. But yeah, with that being said, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.